I can't believe they gave me such a good deal on this Explorer.
Meet Eddy Explorer. He just bought a certified pre-owned Ford Explorer and he absolutely loves this thing.
I absolutely love this thing. It even has that new car smell. Man, I am way too excited. I gotta go work it out at the gym.
Little did Eddy know, his Ford Explorer had an issue with exhaust fumes leaking into the cabin, and this was taking a serious toll on his health.
Bro, I don't know what's going on. I can't even bench 200. Hey, maybe it's the muscle milk. Hang on. It's so good. No, bro, it's not the muscle milk. Honestly, I feel very lightheaded and sick. I couldn't even bench 200. That's crazy. Bro, ever since I bought this 2015 Ford Explorer, I've had like the worst headaches. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's a 15 Explorer. It's really nice. No, I haven't heard about an issue with carbon monoxide leaking into the cabin. What's that all about? Is it new? Wait, Ford knew about this years ago, and in 2012 they issued a bulletin to their dealership technicians on how to fix it? That's crazy. Why wasn't this a recall like right away? Or why didn't Ford at least tell their customers immediately of the issue? You know what, man? This Explorer is seriously turning into a total nightmare. A total nightmare is right, Eddy. What's up, everybody? My name is Alex, and what I just reenacted was based on a true story of a man who's actually named Steve. Now, Steve started a website called MyFordExplorerNightmare.com because just 2 weeks after he purchased his 2015 certified pre-owned Ford Explorer, just like this one, he started to develop headaches. He felt very weak and dizzy, and his eyesight was suffering as well. Now, Steve really did catch wind of the carbon monoxide issue in the latest generation Ford Explorer from a friend of his after he was complaining of a poor workout at the gym. Eventually, Steve ended up in the emergency room and was diagnosed with carbon monoxide poisoning that completely went away as soon as he returned his Ford Explorer to the dealership in exchange for a completely different car. Thousands of complaints later, many reported injuries and crashes, and multiple investigations from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has finally prompted Ford to issue what's called a customer satisfaction program, but not an actual recall. More on that a little bit later. So in today's video, we're going to discuss the issue of carbon monoxide entering the 2011 to 2017 Ford Explorers. I'm going to talk to you about how carbon monoxide affects us and how you can protect yourself against this gas by using a very simple in-car detector that actually doubles as a phone charger. We're going to talk about theories on why this deadly gas, nicknamed the silent killer, could be entering these vehicles, and I'm going to show you exactly how Ford has instructed their dealership technicians to fix this problem. I'll also fill you in on exactly what Ford has said about this issue and what they're doing about it, and then at the end I'll offer you my opinion on whether or not 1.3 million Ford Explorers should be recalled for this problem. Oh, and if you're new, this is a series I do on common, potentially expensive, dangerous, or just straight fascinating factory defects, and any maker model is fair game. So if you have a suggestion for a video like this, please leave a comment down below, or you can contact me at LegitStreetCars@gmail.com or on Instagram at LegitStreetCars. This exhaust fume issue on the Ford Explorer is kind of crazy, and we have a lot to cover, so let's get to it. To begin, let's talk carbon monoxide, or CO. Now, this gas is made from burning things like wood and coal, but also diesel fuel and gasoline, just like the Explorer. And what makes it so dangerous to us is that it's colorless, odorless, and tasteless, and it starves our body of oxygen. Symptoms can start off with things like headache and fatigue, but lead up to things like passing out and death. Now, the way your body handles carbon monoxide can depend on a few things: how much carbon monoxide you're exposed to and for how long, but also your body makeup. Think of this like drinking alcohol. Someone that weighs 100 pounds is going to get buzzed a lot quicker off a shot of whiskey than a 300-pounder who drinks every single day. CO is measured in parts per million, or ppm, of carbon monoxide in the air. And according to OSHA, the limit per 8 hours of exposure is 50 ppm. From what I found researching online, 100 ppm after about an hour or two will kick in those initial symptoms of headache and fatigue. There's a lot more to carbon monoxide poisoning than I can cover in this video, so if you're interested in learning all about it, definitely check out the video description box down below. Down there you'll also see an Amazon link to these. These are in-car carbon monoxide detectors. And the reason why I really like these is that they truly are set it and forget it. These don't require any batteries. You just simply plug it right into your cigarette lighter outlet or any 12-volt outlet in every single car and you're good to go. What's really neat about this is that it also includes a USB outlet and one of those quick charging Type-C outlets so you can charge your phone and tablet and computer. And then on the other end is a tool that will actually break out windows. So in case of an emergency, if you're stuck inside your car, you can pull this out and you can break out your window and escape from your vehicle. It's very neat. Now this will read 100 ppm or above, so over 100 parts per million. It'll start flashing and beeping at you and you'll definitely know there's something going on. Now I reached out to the company Solo Life because I wanted to offer a product like this to my viewers. I'd actually seen on TV that the entire police department, I think somewhere in Rhode Island, issued these out to every single one of their officers in a Ford Explorer. So that gave me a really good idea. So I reached out to Solo Life and they're going to offer a 15% discount if you use the coupon code CARFUMES, so capital C and then the rest lowercase CARFUMES. And this is also an Amazon Prime item, so that includes free shipping. I got mine in like a day, and then for whatever reason you don't like it, you can return it for free as well. These are normally $30, so with the 15% off you're going to get it around $25. Solo Life sent me out a few of these for free, so I'm definitely going to be doing a giveaway. Check out the first comment down below and that'll have instructions on the giveaway. And these are going in every single one of my cars. I think they make a great gift as well, and you don't have to have a Ford Explorer to benefit from a carbon monoxide detector. Anyone out there with any car, this should be in there first and foremost, and then also it has the phone charger right there, so it doesn't take up any more room. Also, the guys out there with older cars like myself, definitely going to be putting these in my older cars because we all know we're probably getting a lot of carbon monoxide in there, just don't know how much. So I really hope you guys pick one of these up, and if you do, please comment down below after you get yours. Let me know how you like it. Now that you have the cliff notes on carbon monoxide, let's talk about these Ford Explorers specifically. Now this issue has been in the media for many years, and it all started out with the police interceptor versions of the Ford Explorer. Basically, there were many officers that complained of things like headache and fatigue. Some police departments sidelined their entire fleet of Explorers for these issues, and then there was a viral video of an officer in his Explorer who passed out at the wheel, crossed a bunch of different lanes on the highway, and eventually smashed into a tree. Luckily, this officer survived, and this prompted Ford into looking into the issue. What Ford found was that third-party upfitters that were installing aftermarket lights and brackets were compromising the factory Ford seals and grommets. Basically, they were drilling holes into the car to mount brackets and lights, and they weren't sealing them properly, and that allowed exhaust to enter in through those holes in the rear of the vehicle. Along with exhaust leaks in the rear of these vehicles, there were also many reports of leaking or cracked exhaust manifolds, which would cause exhaust fumes to enter the heating and air conditioning system of the Ford Explorer. Eventually, normal civilian Ford Explorer owners started to complain of the exact same symptoms as the police officers had, and after about 2,700 complaints, 41 injuries, a few crashes, and a lot of pressure from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Ford finally issued what's called a customer satisfaction letter. I was able to get my hands on the instructions that are given to the Ford dealership technicians on how to repair these Explorers according to the customer satisfaction program. And what strikes me as very odd is nowhere in the instructions does it mention inspecting for a leaking or cracked exhaust manifold, which is what many, including the Center for Automotive Safety, believe to be the primary cause of exhaust fumes entering the cabin of the civilian Ford Explorers. For the purpose of this video, we're going to be going over the civilian unit customer satisfaction program repair procedure, and that begins inside the cabin of the vehicle, where the technician is to reprogram the heating and air conditioning control module in order to bring in fresh air when the car is in recirculation mode, but only under heavy acceleration. The rest of the repairs happen back here. They're to start off with a visual inspection underneath the vehicle and check for missing or damaged body plugs. Moving along, the technician is supposed to look behind the bumper in this area where they have air extractors, and if they're damaged or missing, they're to remove the entire rear bumper and replace these air extractors with updated parts. Next up, your Ford technician is going to take a look at a couple drain valves in the lift gate located right here, and some Explorers have one in the middle as well. Now, this Explorer has not been to the dealership yet for the repairs, and it's actually missing both of its drain valves. But either way, the technician is going to replace these drain valves with an updated part, and then at the same time, take a look at the condition of this tailgate seal right here and replace as needed. Now, it's worth mentioning that this program includes all the different engines that can come in the Ford Explorer, but still no mention of cracked or leaking exhaust manifolds, which on the civilian units, considering that they don't have any lights or brackets drilled into the rear of them, I would imagine that would be a lot more of an important area to inspect to ensure that fumes aren't entering the cabin. The customer satisfaction program is all that Ford is doing at this time. Ford claims that carbon monoxide levels inside the cabin of these Explorers is totally normal and not a problem at all. Now, what strikes me as odd is if they've conducted carbon monoxide testing, why not simply issue a statement with their exact results? This might put a lot of customers' minds at ease. Now, something else that's definitely worth mentioning is that Ford has not equipped their dealerships with carbon monoxide detectors. This means when you bring your Explorer in for these repairs, the technician has no way of checking if he made any difference at all in the levels of carbon monoxide in your vehicle. Something else I want to mention is that I fully understand that 2,700 complaints compared to 1.3 million vehicles is not a very large percentage, but keep in mind as these Explorers age, these complaints have gone up drastically. Also with that, low-level carbon monoxide exposure only causes headache and fatigue, something that a lot of us have anyway and that we're masking with things like Tylenol and Advil. So it's very possible that owners of these vehicles have not put the pieces of the puzzle together yet, and they don't realize they're actually getting carbon monoxide poisoning. This is why it's very important to have a carbon monoxide detector in your car, but also listen to your body and understand what it can do to you. In the end, do I think that 1.3 million Ford Explorers should be recalled? Well, my answer is yes, definitely, but it should have been done years ago. So moving forward and considering that Ford is already sending out the customer satisfaction letters and getting these vehicles into the dealer, I think it would be to everybody's interest if Ford would provide their dealership technicians with in-car carbon monoxide detectors. Now, I fully understand that testing every single one of these cars could be very difficult and time-consuming. After all, a lot of these issues is after the car has been driven on the highway for a long time or driven at full throttle. But if they had in-car carbon monoxide detectors at the dealership, they could potentially help out a repeat offender, someone that's brought their car in multiple times for exhaust fumes in the cabin. That way they can test the results and determine if they actually made a repair. That will do it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. That really helps me. And if you're new to the channel and checking in for the first time, please consider subscribing. I'd absolutely love to have you. And to all my current subscribers, thank you so much for the support. I hope that everybody has a great day, and I will see you all in the next video.